So, on Thursday, WrestleVotes reported that the waves of rehired talent by Triple H brought back has underperformed and underwhelmed Triple H. Do you believe that the talent Hunter has brought back into the company has been of value to the company?
Mm, hold on. I believe that the talent Hunter brought back into the company has been of value. I'll be honest. He brought back to me some people that I think are a little useless. Like, okay, with Io and Dakota Kai, great selections. Love what he's doing. Love the fact that he paired them as a faction with Bailey. However, um, they kind of sizzle out kind of fast, not because they're underperforming, but because the women's division has already been in shambles that it's not going to take just one person to fix it. You know what I mean? Like there's so
Right.
much work to clean up with the women that it unfortunately made them suffer. I think that if they went to NXT, where over there, they would have had more women to play with because they had more characters and stuff like that, and introduced them around there. Maybe they would have had a different experience. I mean, they could have just like tussled with Toxic Attraction or whatnot, just to bring more interest or whatnot. But he had the right idea. He most certainly had the right idea with the signs that he had. It's just that you need star power at this point. You can't just bring in other side names that had their first run in WWE that some people either didn't know because they didn't watch NXT or they kind of flopped in their run in NXT. So it's coming off like they're just throwing in names and they're just throwing shit at the wall and trying to make it stick. But do I think that the individual talents are underperforming? Absolutely not. I just think that they're scrambling and they're going to continue to scramble until if Sasha or Naomi choose to come back, and they work around that, or Charlotte comes back. Like they need like a big name to come out to work with the newer talents. That's how you get them over, right? It's like with
Right.
Chris Jericho and that the Jobber from last night. That literally last night they had um Jobber chants. I forgot what it was, but like that's
Let's
how you
go,
normally do
Jobber.
it when you're
Yeah.
bringing people back. Yeah, that's what it was. Let's go, Jobbers. You know what I mean? That's how you normally do it. And yeah, they attached them to Bailey, so that already gave them shine. But the talent that they were working with, it was just like, like you attach Bianca to Alexa, which you had the right idea with Asuka, but next to Alexa, like how was that gonna that faction don't make a sense. Therefore, this feud don't make a sense, which means that I won't care as a fan.
Mm.
So I don't want to blame Hunter for this one. I don't. It's just like you can't be mad at somebody for trying to like slowly build back together something that's had no organization, no nothing. It's gonna take time. So I
Hmm.
don't think people should pass judgment so fast. Like it's gonna take a year before we can actually revisit this conversation. What do you think?
I agree wholeheartedly. I think, and then not just with the women, but just in general, right? Like they brought back Braun, they brought back Hit Row, they brought back Tegan Knox, they brought back so many different names, and all of these people can be of value to the company. And I think that they have performed as best as they could, but I feel like WWE is still in a rebuilding mode under Triple H because you have to undo what Vince did and then you have to build on top of a new foundation. And I feel like that's across all boards because Vince, you know, all intents and purposes, he kind of destroyed Hunter's baby with NXT and made it NXT 2.0. So now that has to be rebranded and redone. Then Raw has to be rebranded and redone. Then SmackDown has to be rebranded and redone. And you have to continue to build on the things that were already successful and continue to make those work while restructuring everything else. I don't think that that's necessarily a talent problem. And also just bringing in talent and just seeing what works and what doesn't work. I feel like there's so many cases where they have elements of something, but they need something else. For example, Hit Row needs a leader. We'll talk about that at a later show and a later date. But I think that there are so many cases in which there are elements of something there, but there's just something missing, or there's just something that needs to be added to it to give it a little bit more umph. But those are things that can be discovered and dealt with over time. So I don't want to make it seem as if um it's impossible or that this is a talent issue. it takes a team, right? They say teamwork makes the dream work. And I feel like in this case, there are multiple facets of a team that have to come together to make certain things work, especially when it comes to the restructuring and the rebuilding of WWE. So that's just my little take on it.